War often stems from misunderstanding, and perspective plays a crucial role in either fueling or preventing conflict. When two sides see each other as enemies, they focus on differences rather than commonalities. The Andronians and humans in the story are a prime example. Each believes the other is a threat, not because of inherent hostility, but because of assumptions built over time. The Andronians, though superior in technology, assume humans are incapable of peace, viewing them as an inherently aggressive species. Meanwhile, humans fear the Andronians' capabilities, believing that any power beyond their control is a danger. Neither side initially considers the possibility that the other might not want war at all. Perspective is shaped by history, culture, and experience. Humans, having fought wars amongst themselves for centuries, assume conflict is inevitable. The Andronians, built with precise logic, see humans as erratic and therefore unpredictable, making them a perceived threat. When war finally breaks out, it's not because either species desires destruction, but because they misunderstand each other's intentions. Every action is interpreted through the lens of fear, leading to a cycle of escalation. Dr. Evelyn Carter's intervention demonstrates the power of shifting perspective. By posing a simple question whether war is necessary, she forces the Andronians to reassess their assumptions. This moment breaks the cycle of conflict, proving that an alternative exists. Neither humans nor Andronians are inherently evil. They are simply reacting based on incomplete information. This highlights a fundamental truth. War can often be avoided if both sides take the time to understand each other. In the end, perspective is not just about how one sees the world, but about being willing to question whether that view is truly complete. Human resilience and machine logic represent two fundamentally different approaches to survival and conflict. The Andronians, as synthetic beings, operate on precise calculations, relying on logic, strategy, and optimization. Their technology allows them to adapt instantly, countering human attacks with efficiency. However, their greatest strength is also a limitation. They predict outcomes based on probabilities, expecting rational decision-making from their enemies. This assumption proves flawed when faced with human resilience, an unpredictable force that defies logic. Humans, by contrast, thrive on adaptability and perseverance. While they lack the Andronians' technological superiority, they make up for it with ingenuity and an unwillingness to surrender. History has shown that when faced with impossible odds, humans find ways to survive. They use unconventional tactics, leveraging emotion, creativity, and instinct in ways machines struggle to anticipate. The Andronians might calculate the most efficient battle strategies, but humans refuse to follow predictable patterns, launching guerrilla attacks, feints, and deception to keep their enemies off balance. This clash between resilience and logic creates the central tension of the war. The Andronians expect to win through superior strategy, but human defiance forces them to reconsider. Despite suffering heavy losses, humanity continues to fight, not because victory is logical, but because surrender is unthinkable. Over time, the Andronians begin to realize that their calculations do not account for sheer determination, the ability of humans to keep going, even when reason suggests otherwise. Ultimately, this unpredictability becomes the key to ending the war. Dr. Evelyn Carter's unexpected diplomatic approach confounds the Andronians, proving that humans cannot be defined by numbers alone. Their strength lies not just in their tactics, but in their ability to surprise, adapt, and endure in ways that machines never anticipated. True victory does not always come from battle. Sometimes, the bravest act is choosing peace. Throughout history, war has often been seen as the ultimate resolution to conflict, yet it frequently leaves destruction on both sides. In the war between humans and Andronians, each faction believes that winning means the other must be defeated. They prepare for prolonged battle, assuming that survival requires the elimination of their enemy. However, This mindset overlooks a crucial alternative: diplomacy. The Andronians, driven by logic, initially see war as a problem with the calculated solution. They believe their superior technology will secure victory with minimal losses. Humans, on the other hand, fight not just for survival, but for dominance, unwilling to accept a world where they are not the leading force. Each side justifies violence in the name of self-preservation. However, war is never without consequences. Both civilizations suffer losses, and with each battle, the possibility of mutual destruction becomes more real. Dr. Evelyn Carter's decision to approach Prime Core Vale with a question rather than a weapon is an act of defiance against the very nature of war. She forces both sides to consider whether victory through destruction is truly victory at all. By seeking dialogue, she introduces an idea that neither the humans nor the Andronians had fully considered coexistence. Her action demonstrates that the greatest strength is not in firepower, but in the willingness to understand and communicate. The Titan Accord, which ends the war, proves that peace is not a sign of weakness but of wisdom. It prevents unnecessary destruction and allows both species to grow beyond conflict. In the end, true victory is not about conquering an enemy, but about recognizing that they never had to be an enemy in the first place.